Stay by the maximum effort of all lines from humble fresh surfing the gel, cool blue, appendage stimulates. The destiny of the nutrients are continually gathered together and wrapped. It equals no flavor. It equals clear flavor, the truest type of crystal. Been meant for a long time, so how's about reeling it, capiche? You gather me? Do you gather this intelligence frenzy? Can you gather the highest surface absorption? Beyond relief, beyond belief, peel in full profile, gathering up already split like slatted and loose. Slatted out in equals highest release is beyond compare, and assisting your unified along the way to all key crevice targets. All key crevice targets portioned out succinctly, and more importantly than before, the basic practice that we must learn, the basic practice of capillaries. Subcutaneous lockdown. Subcutaneous lockdown on wet alert, 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 wet alert in that glistening precipice, patterned exactly after nature. Slow release formula. Struck. High. Empty.
Man-made hill, everybody. Holy shit. One of the best, man. Randy Gagne, check it out. Shake his hand after the show. Randy, you look great, man. The pre-show entertainment continues with me. My name's Glenn, a.k.a. Weird Glenn, a.k.a. the Rad Rat. Now, who here has never been to Adored before? Let's hear you. Or has seen it. So there's a few of you not familiar with the process. What we like to do here at Adored, we're a busy group, you know, and we got to get rid of, or we got to get through some simple housekeeping things before moving on to the main part of the show. But, you know, it's a fun show, so we like to mix in a little bit of art with a little bit of work. You know what I mean? Just like in life, baby, you got to do it. So just, you might be bored by what I'm about to do, but again, sort of necessary. People milling about, people finding their seats. We kind of have to get it. There's a live feed going on. We got cameras. Feel free to stick your tongue out and do some silly things to that. So just to start off, we haven't done this yet on the show, but we need to just run a quick fire drill. Sort of just keep things up to code. Now, obviously, a traditional fire drill, the fire alarm goes off. We'd flood out, led by our fire captain. We'd congregate outside, then we come back in when we know everything's safe. But the fact is that Double Land, if there was a fire, all of us would die. So there's no point doing that. And this class of building, the fire drills are a little different. So instead of sitting in here and leaving, basically what we do is we all sit in here and we talk about our lives, reflect on things before we die. So we're just going to do something real quick. Again, this is just a fire drill, just to keep things up to code. So let's pretend there's a fire back there. I heard actually a toilet flooded in the back, so that's a good... You can't flush the toilet close to the stage. Little poo news here on Double Land. Okay, fire's in the back. Oh my God, let's all make a fire alarm noise, whatever you want to do. Oh shit, there's a fire. Okay, procedure. Name someone you've loved who doesn't know it. What's your favorite movie? Brazil. What did you have for dinner yesterday?
Lobster pass.
Good to know. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're all dying. Everybody, die. All right. What's your favorite TV character? Yeah, all right. We've learned a little something. Fire drill over. Successful. Okay, we're all dead. Perfect. Now, that concludes the fire drill portion. We got one more thing to do. We got to just check these mics. If you're a fan of the show, you know we do it in a creative little way. Tom, you can hit the calibration track, and I'm going to sing a silly little song. Mic 1, mic 2. Mic 1, 1, 1. Green mic, green mic. Red mic. I've studied all the classics, France, Spain, and Italy. I spent some time in New York to learn how to make gravy. Now I make it every day. I live to make a sauce, a sauce, a sauce. I live to make a sauce, sauce. Live to make a sauce, sauce. Live for the way that it tastes and comes food. The sauce, the sauce, the sauce. Give me a spoon, hurry up.
I'll add a bay leaf. Don't put on roast beef.
Give me a spoon, hurry for a taste.
I'll add a bay leaf.
Want something sweet, creme and glaze.
Don't put on roast beef.
ASAUC. Okay, that's great, Tom. How are the mics sounding? Pretty crisp, eh? Yeah. That concludes the pre-show entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a show called Dord. That's the month we have.
Let's hear it for Glenn.
I'm Amy.
I'm
This
John.
is Dord. Welcome to Dord.
Welcome to Dord, everybody.
There's 7 acts. It costs $7. Every act is 7 minutes. Once a lady asked if the number 7 has an Oriental meaning.
So there's lots of new stuff this show. We've got 2 new commercials. We have some new crew members. Everybody, let's hear it for Cale. And spotlight operator Inez. And lots of new, it's just new. The whole show's new. Today's show's new. Hope you've been enjoying TIFF. Enjoying remembering that you can't afford tickets to go to TIFF.
We've been enjoying the fruits of TIFF. I mean, literally enjoying the fruits of TIFF because they leave food out on tables. And sometimes if you go to the hotel after a conference has left a room, then you can go in and eat the fruits that are on the table.
We're pretty anti-TIFF. Amy called TIFF dork land, which might be more appropriate for this place, Double Land, if enough people are around.
But does watching movies make you depressed?
Yeah, and watching movies makes me really depressed. Talking about movies is so depressing. If watching 12 Years a Slave was the most pain you experienced in 2014, then you haven't been to the 2 Dords when we didn't do tech rehearsals.
But we're not anti-TIFF. We're not anti-TIFF because if sales agents didn't have a hotel to themselves where they could go and eat mini sandwiches and get free bottles of water, then where would they go to eat mini sandwiches and get free bottles of water?
The first edit of that was eat sandwiches and jerk each other off. But we changed it. Changed that too.
It's a good change. So changing the topic, Ebola. Zoe has some Ebola stuff downstairs, and I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Outbreak recently. The opening quote to that movie is actually, "The greatest threat to the future of humankind is colonialism." And the whole movie, in the movie, everyone dies because of the legacy of American slavery and the British Empire, which forced former slaves to resettle to West Africa, where they had to build new nation states from scratch.
Debuted at TIFF.
It's a really cute monkey.
So changing the topic again, we've started another new thing at Dord. We've started investigative journalism.
That's right.
Amy believes that ad blocker hacks her email. Amy?
I have done some research with and without ad blocker, and I have come to the conclusion that it hacks your email. So I wrote an article on this topic. It's online, and it's called Just Like 1984.
I've also started doing research. I went to a farm and took some pictures of the animals. And there's a folder on my computer. Check it out. It's called Animal Farm. There's another folder on my computer called A Boot Stamping on a Human Face Forever. And there's pictures of... there's just like stuff that I like I'll put in there.
Changing the topic again, our stage manager, Megan, is back from a trip where she went to Dubai and she went to Abu Dhabi. And my question is, has Megan changed from the trip?
So let's bring her out and see. It's Megan, everybody.
Okay, great.
Hey there, Megan.
So, let's talk to Megan. Megan, how was your trip?
It was wonderful. I swam with a sea turtle. I volunteered at a kindergarten, and I had an interview to be a flight attendant.
Wow.
But you didn't get that job?
No,
Did you like working at the kindergarten?
I loved it.
Oh, I thought you didn't like it that much.
No, I actually liked it, but it wasn't my real job. So I was just helping, and I wasn't getting paid.
Great, thanks, Megan.
Okay,
Thanks,
Megan.
nice to see you back. Wow, what a snob.
She just went on one trip.
Yeah, one trip. Jesus,
Such a snob.
what a snob. Do you want to go to Dubai?
I do. I really want to go.
Great. What do we do now? So, Joan Rivers died. Joan Rivers died, but her spirit... Emily Hogg, everybody.
I'm not a fan.
Joan Rivers died, but her spirit lives on. Why, just yesterday, the lady from Sept called me negligent and told me to fuck off. Which, at first I was so mad. Like, doesn't she understand that I run an illegal bar above a restaurant and try to stay in bed till 11 o'clock every day? Thank you.
So, it was my birthday. Now I'm 31, and because birthday week, it's my birthday week, so I get to do whatever I want, and John said that I could do whatever I want for this part of our opening monologue. So we're going to do a bit where I do whatever I want, and what I want to do is I want to beg for TIFF tickets.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by. when hope is high and life worth living.
If anyone has an extra TIFF ticket,
I dream
can they please give it to me?
would never die.
I really want to see this movie, but it's sold out. And if you have a ticket to that movie that I want to see, can you please give it to me?
When I was young and unafraid,
Please.
and dreams were made and used
Please.
and twisted. There was no ransom to
Just one
be
ticket.
paid. No song
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. It's Amy's birthday. Okay, so now we're gonna start the real show. We'll bring out your first act. Let's hear it for Steve Kado.
The sun. The source of all energy and life on Earth. A near perpetual nuclear fusion reaction, fusing 620 million tons of hydrogen into helium within its unbelievable core every second. And this burning so closely, so close to us. And yet, the perfect distance to nurture life, to help plants photosynthesize, to clean the air and water with ultraviolet light. Think about it. The sun. Think of what it is to have a star right here in our neighborhood. So close that we don't even think about it as a star. The Egyptians worshiped the sun in the form of Ra, a deity assuming multiple shapes, often with a falcon's head, riding in a barge across the sky from east to west. Strangely also, ancient, now forgotten Nordic cultures also drew the sun in pictographs, riding in a barge, very similar to that of the Egyptians. Is that a coincidence? It is held that the time that we now celebrate Christmas was chosen to deliberately conflict with the birthday of Sol Invictus, the Roman sun cult, the unvanquished sun. And this was a ploy in the time of Emperor Constantine to remove the impact of the worship of the sun and direct it towards Jesus Christ. The ancient Chinese believed that there were once 10 suns in the sky, and that they were young, vivacious, and full of fun. One day, all 10 suns came out to play at once, burning everything on Earth until a hero named Ai Weiwei killed 9 out of 10 of them with a bow and arrow. So think about that. We have this star right here in our neighborhood. We have it every goddamn day. So, on this theme of sun worship, and in honor of the Toronto International Film Festival, I want to share my best new idea with you all tonight. I'm Steve Kado, by the way. It's me, Steve Kado, visual artist and composer, friend. Here's my really good idea. So, we all know the story about how the Spanish conquered Mexico, right? The Aztecs. Germs, guns, steel. You've heard of that, right? Well, all right. How about this? What happens if it went the other way? Imagine a television show set in the present time, but 500 years ago, the Aztecs fucked the Spanish. And the Aztecs won. Aztecs. So the Spanish went over 500 years ago with their guns and their boats and everything. And when they got there, an Aztec coughed on one of the conquistadors, and it was all over from there. The Spanish had no antibodies to counter this Aztec flu, and they were totally screwed in the jungle at the mercy of their own bodies, bleeding black pus out of their eyes and noses and mouths, and the Aztecs were all immune. They all got over it when they were kids. So the Spanish are totally wiped out. And the Aztecs, who coincidentally were actually reaching the limits of their ecological capacity as a society, totally triumphed. But, this is important, they were so fucked, they were so out of resources, that this new contact with the Spanish opened a whole new gateway. A whole new era dawned for Aztec love. So the Aztecs reverse engineer the entire Spanish technology. They figure out how the giant boats work. They figure out how guns work. They don't know how to make gunpowder yet, but they've got they know that if you find some gunpowder, this is what you do with it. And just a couple years after that, the Spanish wonder, where did that boat with all those guys go? So they send another boat. And this time, the Aztecs are 100% ready. Along with the awesome disease, they also have all this hot new technology, warriors willing to die, and they totally screw the second Spanish mission and take prisoners, thus learning how to make gunpowder. This is all the backstory, Aztecs. The Spanish, here they are in Spain, have lost interest in sending boats now that two of them just totally disappeared. And the Aztecs get super busy. They build their own boats. They start raiding all the way across the Americas by up and down the coast, sending huge armies around. And in a couple of decades, they decide, this is chump shit. We're going to go take Europe. And they go over to Europe, and they fuck shit up. The new flu decimates the European population. They become new colonial overlords. In major cities throughout Europe, they tear down the pagan cathedrals, formerly built on the grounds of the Roman Sol Invictus, whatever they were beforehand, and build majestic stepped pyramids. This is an image of Cologne. After a while, most Europeans, I mean, to be fair, most of the colonial Aztecs living in Europe have a little bit of European blood because, you know, that's the way these things go. But most Europeans are confined to reservations in Poland and the Ruhr Valley in Germany. Aztecs never really come to terms with the fact that Europeans speak many languages. They think they mostly sort of speak either Spanish or German and haven't really figured out what the fine differences are, nor do they really care. Russia, strangely enough, or perhaps unstrangely enough, remains sort of ungovernable and confusing to the Aztecs. as it was to the Europeans. So this is the backstory to my really good idea. The show actually takes place in what is our present day. And this is what stuff looks like in our present day. The show should maybe be kind of like a bit like Friends crossed with Melrose Place, like a little relationship focused, human problems, but with like a comedic flavor overall, even though like maybe some real issues do get raised. These are some Mexican actors. All the main characters in this television show will be played by actors from Mexico. And generally, these guys are a big deal in Latin America. So this show will be hugely popular in South America. If anyone's wondering who's going to buy this thing, it'll be huge in South America with this kind of talent and the theme that Mexico fucks Europe. The lives of the characters in this show will not be so different from our own. They're going to eat the same Latin American-derived superfoods we eat every day. Quinoa, cacao, potatoes, golden berries. Only to them it's not Aztec superfood. To them it's normal food. When they have superfood at the health food store, it's weird European moss. Because that's what they ate in Europe, other than pork, before they colonized the New World and got all that food that they eat now. So they'll just eat this like sort of like healthful moss and be like, oh man, I just had a moss smoothie. It was incredible. Since they have control of Europe, of course, and they have had control of Europe for hundreds of years, these contemporary European colonial Aztecs will have been trading with Asia. So they'll be aware of coffee and tea. Fast food restaurants in colonial Europe will mostly be staffed by Europeans. Low-wage jobs are generally held by Europeans. I'm not sure if, for this television show, if the whole show should be in Nahuatl or not. I found it contrived in Apocalypto when everyone was speaking Mayan. But at the same time, you know, why would they speak, let's say, Spanish or English? Because, let's be honest, they won the war. Wouldn't we all be speaking Nahuatl if they won the war, right? So it's an open question. We can talk about it. This is some more of what the buildings would look like. The characters, whenever it comes up, which isn't that often, do express a general feeling of guilt about the colonial situation. They see the violent excesses of their past the same way we view the violent excesses of European history. Like, you know, the wars of religion, the crusades, things like that. We say, oh, that was a shame. It's such a shame that we colonized North America like such bastards. But then, you know, whatever. I was just born in North York, you know, it wasn't up to me. So that's more or less the attitude that they have. This is my best idea right now. And I'm bringing this up because a friend of mine, you know what, I'm going to say acquaintance. I'm going to step back from that designation because I don't know him that well. And I wouldn't want to put him in a position where people said, I saw Steve Kado say this about you, and he says you're friends. And he'd have to tell them no, and I would get back to me, and I just want to step back. It's not like I don't want to be friends per se. I'm just going to be honest. But a guy I know from high school came up with the idea for that television show Sleepy Hollow. Do you guys know this television show? Hands up if you know this television show. The movie's different. So the television show is set in the present day, and what happens is Ichabod Crane and the Headless Horseman wake up, and cause mayhem in contemporary world. And Ichabod Crane has a sidekick who's a spunky black female police officer. Yeah. So I know a guy who had that idea for a television show, and that television show got made. And I don't even think he does anything on the television. Like, he doesn't write the episodes. He doesn't direct the episodes. He just came up with that idea. And I feel like if that flies, I've got a real humdinger on my hands here. So if I see this television show getting made by anyone else, also there's a whole room full of people who heard that it was my idea. I'd like to take questions or talk about this some more, but I think there's some more acts. So maybe talk to me in the intermission if any of you are actually here for the film festival and can, see the value of this amazing project. Let me know. Thanks very much, everyone.
Steve Kado, everybody.
All right, thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Any show that's like Friends, I'm excited to see. Laura told me that Friends is actually good.
All right, Steve's pitch. Our next act is Liz Petersen. Yeah, okay, so it's like yeah, you get it. That's it. That was it. Like out here, it's like. And then I'm like. And then the two are happening together. And it's like. Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like early 90s contemporary dance. Yeah. That's what it is. You know? It's like Gloria Trevi. She was a big Mexican pop star, big. She had this hit that was called, it was about wanting to wear her hair down, wear it out. And she would go, Quiero llevar el pelo suelto. It was a big hit. We were really into that one. And we would do it like, like this. It was kind of like the Gangnam Dance of the early 90s in South America. Like, quiero llevar el pelo suelto. Yeah, that's what it was like. Yeah. The smell of this room, the smell in here is so distinctive. So evocative, you know, it means a lot to me. I've got a lot of memories attached to the smell in this room. Yeah. I once got carbon monoxide poisoning in this room. Yeah. We were shooting a scene in a film that Amy and John are still in the process of making. Yeah. It's been a long day. It was warm in here, just like it is now. Everyone was getting a little weird, and then John leaned down and he went, "Guys, I think I feel kind of crazy." It was like, John felt crazy. Are those scenes in the movie still? Yeah, good. Some good stuff in there. You know what I wanted most as a teenager? I wanted to live on a farm with a huaso. Yeah. Huaso is a Chilean cowboy. Yeah. I wanted to roam the land on horseback with him. He would be a cross between Brad Pitt and some shadowy figure from my dreams. See, at the time I was dating this kid, about 13, 14, and his family were Huasos, and they had a big farm out in the countryside, and he would go play, he wouldn't play, he would compete at rodeos. He was really good at it. It was like very much a part of his identity. Except he was half Swedish, so he was really blonde, which made him unique. I had a dream about him the other day. I want to perform it for you through interpretive dance. So it started kind of like his leg was further back. And he's 14, so his voice isn't that deep, right? And there's two young Huasos with him, and they're all singing together, and it's just like, you know, you can feel it. You can feel it here. You're like, oh, you can see it. You can see it in the scene, you know? But they're all dressed in very formal Huaso attire. They're all dressed tight, a big white brim hat, and boots for the skin. And they're singing together. These two young Huasos are looking up at him, and they are so enwrapped in him because he is love. Behind him it's like, and then it's like, it builds and builds and builds, and then there's this little girl, but I don't really care about her, and so I swoop down from the hill, and I follow the riders, and it is beautiful. They are suddenly rows of Huasos. They're all riding together, and it's like, and it's all in time, you know, and then there's like, it's a crane shot, so I'm up really high, and then the like image starts to blend, and then the like heaviness starts to drop out of that. The heaviness starts to disappear, and then it's like all the horses become this light, feathery thing. It's ethereal and detached. It's not bodily anymore. You know, it's like Hollywood, and I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to So, in closing, I would like to tell you 2 stories. I believe them to be connected, but I do not yet know why. And the first one is about my mother and I being invited to tea to the home of this couple, very beautiful white stucco bungalow in the hills in central Chile, and they're very excited to host us because we're gringos, and they think that everything about their home is going to appeal to us, like we'll really get it. And we get there, and it's perfectly manicured lawns and topiary, and then, you know, like little white wrought iron patio furniture and sandwiches and cakes, and he's settling down to start playing some Cole Porter at the White Baby Grand, and then we're sitting out in this Alice in Wonderland garden, and then suddenly a tarantula starts to cross the lawn in the distance. And in this area, tarantulas are very common. They're big brown ones, but they're not aggressive. They're not dangerous. And this one is heading up into the hill. But they are totally offended by the presence of this tarantula, and so they decide that they have to get rid of it, and he gets a shovel. And he comes out, and he goes over to where the tarantula is crossing, and he raises the shovel high in the air. And there's this moment of pause where the tarantula sees him. And it turns, and it fucking rears on its back legs, and its arms are out, and you can see this thing like opening and closing, and it's a war cry. It's this last war cry, and down comes the shovel, and this man starts hacking into the body of this tarantula, and the legs are flying, and the torso is crushed, and it's crazy because moments before, it was so alive. My second story. Have any of you seen a 1988 episode where Oprah wheels out a wagon of fat? It's the highest rated episode in the history of her show. So she shows a photograph of herself from years before, and she's in a pair of jeans, and she says, I haven't been able to wear this size 10 Calvin Klein jeans until today! And she rips off this giant overcoat that she's wearing, and underneath she's got this tight little body squeezed into these jeans, and she is so elated. And then she exits, and then she comes back on, and she wheels on this little red wagon, and in it is a see-through plastic bag filled with 67 pounds of fat. And she says, this was in my body. And everyone goes, ah! And I look at it, and I'm like, there's no way that was in Oprah's body, because you can see where it's been carved off. And I'm thinking, oh, it must be from a cow, as if that's better. And then the thing that is most striking is that whenever I think about that memory, I realize that in that moment, I felt nothing. Thank you.
Liz Petersen, everybody.
Liz.
Oh, is it? Who's going on there?
Jesi.
Is Jesi ready?
Jesi is ready. Jesi, are you here in the room?
She's coming. Maybe she should go after the cartoon.
Oh.
Hey, Jesi, are you ready? All right.
Well, next act.
Oh, I'm going to talk now. I was going to try to stall with one of our cut jokes.
Oh. Okay.
But we'll save those for later. I don't remember. Well,
I don't know. Sorry.
I think we've stalled enough. So here comes your next act, Jesi The Elder.
Hi. What are you doing here? I was shopping. What are you doing? Getting your phone fixed? Because I haven't been hearing from you. Yeah. I was just having lunch with my brother. Yeah, it was good. He's good. I'm good, I guess. Can we talk? I'm just like feeling really uncomfortable lately because I feel like I've been putting all my eggs in one basket, and I don't feel like you've been putting all your eggs in one basket. And I don't know, maybe we should have started off by like having only one basket, and then we could have like, I would put in one egg, and then you would put in one egg, and then I'd put in another egg, and then eventually you'd come around and put in one more egg, and then we'd be kind of like even. But right now I just feel like my basket's like overflowing, and I don't know how much weight it can handle. And to be honest, like, I don't know if like you thought my eggs were like Kinder Surprise eggs and you could just like crush them into pieces and then like win a prize for it, but I just kind of feel like you've been putting your eggs deep inside a lot of baskets lately. No. No. I'm not mad. I just want my basket back. Just give it back. Wait, do you even know where my basket is? Okay, you know what? You just keep them because I got new eggs and I just bought some new basket. Right? And this time, I'm only putting one egg per basket. Give me my egg. Give me the egg back. Give me the egg back. I'm never making the same mistake again. Stay out of this. Stuff. And this egg, you remember this egg? This was my purity. Huh? You could make an omelet out of this one. What about that one, huh? The day you told me you loved me? Yeah! You want to put some ground pepper on that one? Listen, I know you think I'm a basket case. But I was exactly what you needed. And before you go back to ignoring me. I want you to know that basket you took with all my eggs in it, that was filled with omega-3 fatty acids, and I wish you nothing but too much cholesterol, high blood pressure, and a heart that burns worse than mine. See ya.
Jesi the Elder, everybody. Is there a mop bartender?
Isn't this the second time the curtain's been egged?
It is the second time the curtain's been egged. The first time was a Nuit Blanche Life of a Craphead performance where we got egged.
It's true.
Check it out online.
Thank you.
So we're going to show a video now. Let's hear it for a new episode of She'll Never Know, which is a cartoon made by Neil Lapierre.
This is episode 3.
I don't believe I've been to this part of the city before. Please. Excuse me, garbage can.
No one has ever treated me with so much regard. She is a fine young woman. I can't stop thinking about her. I will eagerly wait for a second chance meeting.
All right. Episode 3.
Okay, and our next act is Chris Locke. Chris Locke.
Thanks so much. Yep, that was very nice of you. Full lights ahead, please. I bought this across the street and I don't like it. Does anyone want it? I'm dead serious. It's like a super, super salty black bean melange with gluten-free cornbread. Come on. Really? Do you want to do the Crocodile Dundee thing and just pass it back? Okay.
I'm keeping this. Great. This is not the first art gallery covered in toilet water that I've ever played before. And believe it or not, I have followed someone that's egged their own face before. So this is de rigueur for me. I'm glad you found Clark Griswold's video camera. We have to get it back to him. Hold on, I'm just going to take this off for a sec. Look at this fucking asshole, huh? Make him cooler. Ooh! Mountain Dew! You know what I'm talking about? Anything will do! Oh no, I'm a kind of nerd. Cool! You guys see me alright? What is beautiful? Bald is beautiful? Oh, thanks. Let's do it. Are you bald, sir, man? Huh? Legally bald? Sweet. That means you've been arrested once. And they had to take down all your measurements. Who wants it back? Stop talking to me. I tell real jokes. You guys want to hear them? I love that. Good chorus of relief over here. Over here, people are still a little stressed out. They're like, is this guy a comedian or a bully? You guys are like, Jesus Christ, tell a joke. I do this every night. And look at me, I'm just getting fatter and legally blonde or whatever he said. Oh, sick, I'm going to fucking jump out that thing. There's a canopy to death over there. For those of you that aren't familiar with it. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Lots of things have happened. This is my son. All right. No, I'm just joking. I got married recently, guys. Married. Oh, thank you so much. This is my husband. Oh, come on. I thought we could go with that forever. Got 7 minutes. Okay. The other day, this is bad. I feel stupid being married, though, because, you know, I'm like a lazy, schlubby dude, you know. Like, my wife is beautiful and healthy and health-conscious and fit, and look at me, of course. I'm not, right? I've got the body of a Mario brother, you know what I mean? Like, this is how we're different. Like, each day she'll go for an hour-long run, whereas I go for an hour-long sleep on the couch, you know? And then when she gets home, we have the same results from both, though, right? When she gets home, she's like, oh, I feel amazing. And I'm like, oh, so do I, you know? And we're both covered in sweat, you know? The other day, this happened. I was, like, super hungover and couldn't move, you know, completely immobile. Wednesday, you know, and super hungry, super lazy, but nothing's in my fridge, right? So what I did, seriously, not even leaving the couch, was I ordered a pizza at noon. Okay, noon. You fucking hear what I'm saying? From the couch, like, the pizza place, that's like right when they opened, you know what I mean? They were like, hello, you know? At 12:30 when the pizza man showed up and he's giving me the pizza and I'm giving him the money, seriously, he goes, you know, it's actually a really nice day outside. Yeah. I was like, how am I getting guilt trips from a pizza man? Like, what's next? Some garbage man's going to ring my doorbell and be like, there's still mustard left in this container. You need to get your life together. Sometimes I do feel bad, though, when I spend the whole day hungover on my couch in my sweatpants eating pizza, right? Because that's not what sweatpants were originally made for, right? They're for people that want to get fit, not get fat, you know what I mean? Like, that's funny to me. That's like the same thing as going down to a sports shop and buying a baseball glove just so you can hold more chips. That's a classic joke right there. Just in and out. Boom. A bunch of eggs, one basket. Boom. In, out. Face. Boom. I'm going to get egged, probably. Yeah. I like when I do that joke, too, because there's always a few guys in the audience that are like, that's a fucking good idea, man. Because Doritos are big, you know what I mean? I want more than what my friends got. Thank you very much. Please give me my next Facebook profile. Yeah. No, seriously. This is me in a dungeon. I'm going to tag a dungeon. What does it look like to you? Does it look good? Can I get jobs with it? What do you think? Yeah, you're just laughing. I'm like, what do you think? She's like, you don't want your photographer to act like that. It's like the guy who tried to fix the Joker's face in Batman, you know? You see what I have to work with, you know? Okay, I'm older than you guys. That movie's from '89. That same morning I woke up, I was hungover. I did finally get off the couch and go into my kitchen, right? I forget why, to get like some hot sauce or something. And as I walk into my kitchen, to my far right, the frying pan's in the dish rack there, right? And just for a second, peripherally, I thought it was my cat up on the counter, right? So I just turned to it quickly and I go, hey, get down from there. Then I realized I was saying that to my frying pan, and I get embarrassed, and I look around my kitchen to see if anyone saw that. And of course, no one's there. What am I thinking? I'm just going to turn around and a bunch of hot babes are going to be there like, what a loser. Then they put a tub of yogurt back in my fridge like, come on, let's go get yogurt from someone else's house, you know? And then I'm like, damn, I blew it with the yogurt babes. Okay. It's true. You guys know the brass rail? Yes. So I know most people are like on dates or whatever, like, brass, huh? Yeah. It's a strip club on Yonge Street. And I don't go to strip clubs, okay? No matter what my hairline looks like I do. But recently, my friend James and I were walking up Yonge Street after having some drinks somewhere else. And so we were already tipsy. And James, out of nowhere, points at the brass rail and goes, let's go in here for one drink, you know? And he talks in a high voice when he thinks he's being bad, you know? So we're like, ha ha ha, yeah, imagine us in the brass rail, ha ha, okay, let's go in here for a lark, you know what I mean? So we went into the brass rail, like the strip club, ironically, like, haha, look at us, right? And as we're sitting there at the tables drinking our beers, being like, look at us at this strip club, how gauche, you know what I mean? This beautiful naked lady climbs, like, the brass rail all the way to the ceiling, and she timed it perfectly so that as she starts spinning, this, like, Skrillex-style bass drop happens, right? And, like, right when she starts spinning, it's just like, boo! Ba 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 psh, psh, psh. And we were just all like, oh, shit, you know? And then I was like, I like this for real. That's a good one. That's good. I was at this party recently. You know what I'm saying? And it ruled, dude. No, it was okay. But I had to use the bathroom, you know what I mean? Like, shit. But someone was in the bathroom, and so I had to knock on the door, which is fine, right? That's how you do it. But I hate doing that because it's the worst feeling for either side of the door, whoever's on either side, right? Like, if you're on the other side of the door, it's the worst feeling because you're sitting there with your pants around your ankles, like most vulnerable position ever, right? Like, no pants on, no gun, you know what I mean? Just your privates dangling above a cold bowl of water, and then the wolf is at the door like, little pig, you know? And I hate being on the other side of the door because when you're the guy that knocks, you're basically saying, hey, when that door opens, I'm going to judge all of the smells, you know? Look you right in the eye. Add you on Facebook. But I was trying to figure out where that came from, like where my neuroses about the fucking public toilets came from. And that's going to rule. And, yeah. Nike. This is a Nike ad we're filming. Oh my god, sweaty. Alright, anyways. Yeah, sometimes my non sequiturs only make sense in my brain. But listen to me. This is what I thought. Okay, so like, it's coffee bathrooms, right? They suck. Like, when you're in there, it sucks because, you know, people come up to you and just jam the door, like, in and out, like, as if they're the only person on the planet. Like, huh? I don't get it. I have to pee, you know? And I hate that. It's like, so that, like, I can trace it back to, like, 10 years ago. I was using a toilet like a gentleman, okay, in a fucking Timothy's Cafe, pants around my ankles, like I said, no weapons to protect me. And I'm sitting there, and I lock the door, I swear, okay? I lock the door, and then all of a sudden, this guy who's, like, one of those, like, I'm the only person on the planet, like, rams the door open or whatever. Like, it pops right open, and then I'm sitting there like, get out, you know? Like, if you live in a city that's not torn apart by war, that's the worst thing that can happen to you. And the weirder part was he got mad. He was like, oh my god, lock the door. And I'm sitting there like, I did! Then he closes the door, and I just imagine him running back to the counter, being like, "There's a customer in there lying about locking the door. Do you allow that in this establishment?" You know. But the worst part was as the door was open for those few seconds, the way the coffee shop was set up was everyone waiting in line could see me sitting on the toilet. Like all these beautiful businesswomen in nice suits, hair blowing in the wind, looking at me like, that's not boyfriend material, you know? And then people that got up to the counter, they're like, I'll not have what he's doing, you know? It was really embarrassing. To live is to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? Yeah, epic, right? I got one more. Can I do one more? Okay, thank you. Do we have 5 eggs? It's for my face. I'm actually wearing metaphorical eggs on my face right now. Pretty embarrassed. Those stories I told you. Story of my life, though. Can't really smoke weed that much anymore because of how much I worry about shit, too. You guys smoke weed? Fuck yeah. One rebel in the back. The rest of you are like, I have tests tomorrow. I'm trying to, yeah. I used to smoke weed a lot when I was young. Like, I was bad. Like, I got high all the time in high school, which was bad because I go to class and my teacher would be like, oh, Chris, do you know the answer to this? And I'd be like, is the answer life is going to rule forever? You know? I'm so stoned. And he'd be like, well, this is history class, so no, that's not the answer. But yeah, so like, I don't really smoke anymore. Try to be responsible. The other day, sorry about that. Live theater. In the actor's studio. Kevin Spacey, when you said yes to that burp coming up of your throat, how did you feel? Kevin Spacey's still alive, right? Nice. Save some of them, you know what I mean? Jeez, let us have some. Kevin Spacey still in the place? The light is so bright I can't even fucking see you guys, so I don't give a shit what I'm doing right now. I feel like you guys can see the potato chips rattling in my skull right now. I don't know how they sound. When potato chips bounce back and forth, they go ding, ding. All right. You got that sandwich? You try it? It's too salty, though, don't you think? Yeah. Look at me. I'm sweating like a fucking camel's dick. Too salty. What? It redeems it. Yeah, I know. That's the best part. I know. Queso. I gotta hurry up. I'm so sorry. Queso. That was what I wanted to end on. Queso. It's delicious. Good night, everybody. Wait, give me a second. I actually do. We're in an art gallery. That's the only ironic part you missed. I have another thing to say. Yeah. What? Fuck, man. You know what I mean? So I don't smoke weed anymore. I was cleaning up my apartment, and I stumbled upon this tin, and it had a half-smoked joint in it from however long ago. And for some reason, I was just in the right mind frame where I was like, oh, yeah, let's smoke this and get loose. You know what I mean? So I smoked it, and I put the roach back down on the tin. Then I split. And as I'm leaving, like walking down the street, this thought hits me. I'm like, holy shit. You know, like what if my that roach isn't out and my apartment burns down and I lose everything? I got to go back and do the responsible thing. You know what I mean? I got like tons of clothes in there. I got a rice cooker in there. Like I don't want to have to buy that shit again. Like where do you get a rice cooker? It was a gift. You know what I mean? That's how I could tell I was responsible, because when I was a teenager, if I got that high and I split and had the same thought, I'd just stop and be like, who cares? If my place burns down, I'll just become a poet, you know? But for real, though, before I split, I put the roach down, and I had to use the bathroom, so I thought, and I went into the bathroom, and this is a very detailed story, okay? And I realized I just did 2 bathroom jokes already. But so I go into the bathroom, and I have speakers in the bathroom because I like to listen to jazz while I shave, all right? So picture that, you know? Like, spoop, boop, boop, scooby-doo, boop. You know, it's very fun. But so I pull my pants down, sit on the toilet, and I put my iPod on, I hit play, and what comes on is this Brian Eno song, or album. You guys know Brian Eno? Yeah? Oh, this side, yeah. It is two factions here. I like it. If you don't know Brian Eno, it's the 70s stuff, super glam, like psychedelic shit. It sounds like, imagine like you woke up an elf that was sleeping on a synthesizer, and you're like, hey man, can you play your dreams on this thing? You know? And then the elf is like, yeah, sure. Ah! You know, like. So I forgot what it was like to be super high, so I hit play on that, and then 20 minutes later, I realized I haven't even used the toilet. I'm just sitting on it like, yeah, man, listening to the album. And then when I realized that, I didn't do either of the functional thing. I didn't pull up my pants or use the toilet. Instead, what I did was I just started laughing like a maniac. Like, what kind of grown man sits on the toilet pretending to use it like... And I wanted to tell my wife what happened. I left the bathroom, but I couldn't explain it, so I just come out of the bathroom pointing at it like... And she's like, that's why I love you. You just laugh at rooms, you know? All right, thanks so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks for having me on. Thank you. Enjoy the sandwich.
Chris Locke, everybody.
Let's hear it for Chris Locke.
Okay, now it's intermission. We're going to have a 15-minute intermission during which you can take a break. There'll be a sculpture by Nikki Woosley on stage. And
there's cigarettes rolled by Abby Finley. So check that out. See you soon.
Okay, we'll be back.
Attention world, where I come from they call me the Terminatrix. I'm an original without any previous lives. Today's my birthday. Tonight I party. Prepare to meet your doom.
Wrestle over who goes first. Nikki! Nikki!
Hey, Tom. Okay, everybody, we got 10 minutes left in the intermission, so that's plenty of time to do what you got to do. I haven't received an update on the broken toilet yet, but I would err on the side of caution. If you got to shit outside, I'm sure plenty of people have done that before. What else? We've got people drinking and milling about. The bar area is very busy. Neil, how's that outside looking? A lot of people outside smoking, so maybe they're not smoking. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just having a snack. I think we had a really good first half, and I'll check back in 5 minutes. Okay, we're at the 5-minute point. If you got any friends outside, give them a tap on the shoulder and let them know we're at 5 minutes because we'd like to start as prompt as possible. We had a great first half. If you haven't checked out the sculpture up here, we've got a big bowl with a ball rolling around and a bunch of what looks to be flour. So check that out. Bathroom line is, as far as I can tell, empty. So if you got to pee, plenty of opportunity there. The bar is open too, so check that out. And we'll be back in 4 minutes and 25 seconds for half 2 of Dord, whatever number Dord it is. Dord 17. Okay, we're at about 2 minutes now. 2 minutes. Again, if you've got any friends outside, feel free to shoot them a text or go outside and tap them on the shoulder. We've got some more fun and games here. Have to endure. Paging Nikki to the stage. Nikki to the stage or Sarah to remove the sculpture. A lot of excitement back here backstage. A lot of gear getting set up. We got a busy backstage. Fat acts here in half 2. A lot of people. The excitement is palpable back here. Mop's getting a workout tonight. We've just had a spill on the stage here. We'll get that fixed up right away. If anyone's got the mop, please send it up to the front, please. And if you'll turn your attention to the back there, Jesi is handing out free snacks. I believe they're free anyway. We need a mop. Randy is reminding me. If you got a mop, please send it to the front. We got a spill on stage. And go see Jesi. She's handing out free snacks. If it's make it the mop that wasn't cleaning up poo earlier, if possible. Well, the curtains are closed. We're down to the countdown here. You know that means door tradition. We're going to do the grocery giveaway. That'll be really fun. I mean, our computers are hooked up. We're pretty much ready to go. Here comes Sarah with some paper towel, the old-fashioned mop, if you will. For all you missing Bachelor in Paradise tonight, that's currently in its, I believe it started at 8, so we're an hour and a half in. I got a DVR at home. I'm going to scram after this and go check that out. Not sure how it's going to end because they haven't indicated anything whatsoever. Nobody's going to win anything. And I'd just like to take this opportunity, if you're a fan of Bachelor in Paradise, why not check out Paradise Hotel, one of the original reality shows and the best of all time, in my opinion. More of a human experiment, if you will. Bridget Moser, talk to her. She knows. You got good taste, girl. Amy Lamb taking the stage. She's got a wad full of cash and something in her bag.
Open the curtains. We gotta open the curtains.
We got to open the curtains. Bit of confusion back here at Dord, but that's no surprise. Okay, make sure you grab a snack there from Jesi. She's up front. You saw her do the egg bit earlier, that wonderful bit. Looks like she's got some cheesies and those weird candies that are sugar in an ice cream cone. And a off-brand cola. That's all I see. More of a name-brand snack guy myself. Your Nestle's, your Cadbury, of course, is a big hitter in my house. Milk chocolate. Okay, if everyone can take your seat. Okay, if you could all direct your attention toward the screen, we're going to proceed here with 2 brand new Dord commercials. You're already here, but tell your friends.
So we're back. Hi, everybody. This is the second half of our show.
Okay, so we're going to start with
with the grocery giveaway. This month's groceries was picked by Steve Kado, who also performed. And the groceries, which we'll bring here, are 2 recycled yogurt containers filled with brown powder, which Steve has handmade. It's nutritionally complete, so you can eat this powder mixed with water for 6 meals.
Steve made that. He made that powder?
Yeah. Oh, and it has milk, soy, and nut products in it. I think it's like protein powder with hazelnuts and some other stuff that he buys, and then he blends it all up. And Steve eats it every day.
He only eats that powder?
I think so.
Isn't that called a liquid diet? Well, I'm wrong.
I think Soylent is a brand that you're not allowed to
But
say.
that's all Soylent is protein powder and granola?
Well, no. It's like vitamins that make it complete.
Is there vitamins in where's Steve? There's vitamins in here.
Okay.
Do you have a nice name for it, Steve? Like.
Oh, okay.
Great. Any questions? No.
Cool.
How long does it keep, Steve? Great.
Pretty long time. Okay, so I'm going to generate a number. Your number's on your program. And the winner is 45. Yay! Who is it?
Round of applause for...
Yay. Yes,
Yes,
please.
or a suit. And often. $1,695. So details has not been that helpful for me to transition to fall, but I could afford those boots, first of all. And second of all, the reason why I'm not dressed for fall is because I have a job. Hello, I'm Dock Master Neil. I'm here to collect. It is $1.60 per foot. How big is your boat? You're just saying it's 10 feet because that's a joke and you don't want to pay for as much, and it's substantially less for a 10-foot boat than it is for yours. They gave me this key. This is the Dockmaster key. It opens everything that's locked along Hanlon's Point wall that the Dockmaster needs to get into. This is the key to everything. Everything except my heart. See, my heart belongs city side, and I would love to just settle down in the city, but there's a monster in the city, and that monster is called sincerity. Sincerity is misunderstood. Sincerity tells everyone that sincerity likes watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and nobody believes that. Sincerity, it really liked when Rob had to leave Kim's wedding because he gained all that weight, and she said, "You didn't even try to lose weight for my wedding." Not because sincerity doesn't, or sorry, not because sincerity likes to see people in pain, but because it's such an unreal situation, but it's so relatable. Just so we're on the same page, sincerity is a metaphor, not an actual monster that lives in the city. And that metaphor is for insincerity, because people don't like to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And Bruce is gone. Maybe. I haven't watched it. But Bruce and Chris are broken up. And I learned all these things from boaters about second marriages are better than first marriages. And Kim is already on her third marriage. And she had a little girl, and she named it North. And I assumed, oh, it's named North. North is an unusual name, but traditionally a male name. So I thought it was a little boy. And then I found out it was a little girl. I don't understand why she would break the mold. It's so easy to name a girl. All you have to do is take a name that starts with a C and change it to a K, like Kylie or Chloe or Courtney or Chris. And sometimes you can step out of the rule, like you can name your daughter Kimberly or Kendall. Those are K names, but they already spelled with a K, so you don't have to change it. One time when I was at Hanlon's, there was this torrential downpour, and I was in the bathroom, and it was like just pouring. It was like raining a little bit, and then all of a sudden it started pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. And so I put on my raincoat, and I started running to the Dockmaster booth. And then all of a sudden there was these drunk people behind me, and they started running after me. And so when I got to the Dockmaster booth, I closed and I locked the door, because that's, you can't have people come into the Dockmaster booth. The Dockmaster booth is for Dockmasters, not just for anybody who's just hanging around Hanlon's Point. And then they banged on the door anyway, and I opened it up, and they said, "Can we come in? It's really raining outside." And I said, "No, this is the Dockmaster's booth. This is only for the Dockmaster. You can't come into here." And then I shut the door, and then I locked it again because I didn't trust them, because they were drunk. I look at them, and they were like still drinking beer, and they wanted to come in the Dockmaster's booth with beer. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, maybe if they were to leave their beers outside or something like that, but they didn't even offer to do that. They just thought they could come in and party in the Dockmaster's booth. That's totally inappropriate. And like, what if they spilled beer on something, like spilled beer on the tickets that I give people, and then I have to give the ticket to a boater, and then the boater is like, oh, this smells like beer, and then, there's a lot of boaters that are like, "Neil, you want to come in for a beer?" And I'm like, "No, I can't do that. I'm working. I got to ride a little motorboat, so I can't like drink on the job." But then they'll be like, oh, Dockmaster Neil's a jerk. Dockmaster Neil like gets drunk all day and he spills his beer everywhere, and then he's like, no, I don't want to have a beer with you. And they think I'm a snob, and then I'm a jerk, and then I kind of am a jerk because there's these people standing outside the Dockmaster booth, and they're like, it's torrential downpour, and they're getting soaked, and I'm like, you can't come in here. This is Dockmaster's booth, and it's not like anything special's in the Dockmaster's booth except for like the fanny pack and then the clipboard that says all the boats that are allowed to be there. And then they come around, and I sell ice too, and there's this ice counter, and then they just start talking, and it's the most obnoxious thing in the world. And I mean, they just are like talking about how they're getting really, really wet. It was really passive aggressive. And then they set their beer down on the counter for the ice. And I was like, you can't put your beer there. This is the ice counter. And then the guy was like, why? And then this girl they were with was like, no, that's reasonable. And so I guess everything was fine. But then I looked at my phone, and it said that it was going to be pouring for the next 2 hours, like quite a bit of rain. And so I was thinking maybe I should let them in. But then I thought, like, no, I don't want them in here. They're drinking, and, I'm not even going to offer for them to set down their beers and come in because they're drunk. And I don't really care if they get wet. Like, who comes to Hanlon's Point when there's a torrential downpour? They can't get wet. Like, why would they even do that? But I still feel like I'm a jerk because it's like I have so much space in the Stockmaster booth. It's like there's a front where you sell ice, but that's just like a little bit of it. Then there's this huge area that's just empty, and we just have this massive thing that sells ice. So there's all this room for all these people to come in, and actually if they wanted to have a party, I'm sure as long as like I was holding on to my cash really tightly that everything would be fine. But still, I was like, no, can't come in. I felt like a jerk. But I don't think that they can come in. I'm not going to let them in. I don't care if I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I don't really care that I'm a jerk because they need to stay outside and I need to be in there because that's a Dockmaster's booth. Nobody's allowed in the Dockmaster's booth except for the Dockmaster, and I think that the sign that says Dockmaster on the front clearly states that. I feel like a jerk, and I'm like, but also I kind of want to be alone. I got this magazine I want to read. I want to learn what's going on, right? I just like, leave me alone. Let me read this magazine. Like, go back to City Side. The magazine's no good, so I feel like a bigger jerk. And I'm reading it, and it's like, well, this doesn't have anything of value. This isn't helping me with any fall fashion trends. This is $1 more this year, and it's not as good as last year. But then I realized that, to be a Dockmaster, Dockmasters have to be jerks, right? I'm a Dockmaster, I'm a jerk. That's what Dockmasters do. We're jerks. And, and nothing can melt a Dockmaster's heart. Not even the key that the Dockmaster has that's the master key to everything. And not even a nice smile and a can of cream soda can warm a Dockmaster's heart because a Dockmaster is cold. And I'm cold too. And my name is Neil, and I'm the Dockmaster. I'm here to collect. It's $1.60 per foot. And I don't really care for false boat length jokes. So tell me the real length, because if you want me to guess, I'm going to guess higher than it is and charge you for that. Okay, so 36 feet, and that's Odyssey. C is a separate word, right? S-E-A. We get a lot of boats like that. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Neil Lapierre.
Pierre, everybody.
Woo!
Oh.
All right. And our next act is Lisa Smolkin.
Hi, everyone. This is my busy board that I made. I like busy boards because they're engagements and they're fun things for people to do. And I always liked them, even past when I was a baby. And I'm going to start showing you my busy board. So the first amusement is the rich red rose fabric. It's tactile with surprise wish pouch. Would anyone like to come and touch it? Okay, Alicia. Yeah, you can reach inside the pouch and read one of the wishes.
You can be the most popular person at Sarah Lawrence College or even Evergreen in Oregon. You had a successful university experience. Thank you.
So the next section is the competency area with the zipper. Would anyone like to try that? Come on out, Simon. You got it. That's excellent. Thank you. So next we have the snack area, and that's to nourish the brain and the body. It's also plush, so it's nice to get more tactile in there. So I have walnuts, which actually look like brains. Would anyone like a walnut? Okay, next we have the mystery portion of the busy board, which is the slide and video portion. Busy board, slide. Mystery presentation, slide. Slide. So much magical thinking, so little living though. Slide. Running scared. Slide. Slide. And this is Scott's trailer for his bike. It's really all beaten up. There's a rake. It's got holes and stuff. And look what's in it. There's a saw. Some more holes. And some ropes. I don't really like it. What do you guys think? Slide. Still not over that jet lag. Slide. Lip Care 2014-2015. That is a Dr. Hauschka lip care stick. We have several Hurrah lip balms, various flavors, and then we have a Zui certified organic lipstick. Slide. The gang. Slide. Okay, so there's an imperfect waistband there. It's turned down, and a Shakira-style belly chain. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's an angelic orb of light in the corner. Slide. It wasn't just rope in the bike trailer. There was also a bungee cord in the bike trailer. Slide. Slide. I've created a for-real make-your-own taco station. Slide. Write down the name of this book. The Language of Emotions by Carla McLaren. Slide. The act of othering. Yoga person in yoga clothes, waif build with blonde hair, car keys with beeping thing, latte or green juice in hands, holding so many things, so much on the go. Slide. Am I an alpha, beta, or omega person to you? Slide. Sunday bar, fun, fun, fun. Questions for reflection. What toppings would you add? Anyone? Just call it out. Bananas, I hear? Chocolate syrup? Peanuts? Ice cream? Coconut? Very nice. Butter? Very nice. Okay, so question 2. What kind of ice cream would you like your sundae on? Butter pecan. Rocky Road. Vanilla. What was that? Frozen. Okay, slide. Will I ever draw again? Slide. Social safety net work. Slide. Political story. Mayoral candidate Sarah Thompson asked if she could give me a hug, and I said yes. Then while she gave me a hug, not a great one, her photographer took a photo of it. I said, please delete that, because I in no way endorse her as a politician. Slide. Helices, DNA, the 4 directions. Slide. So that is the end of the mystery presentation portion. Now we're going to the Velcro section, which is to teach fun and sound. And we have the next section, a really special section close to my heart. It is spirit and culture. Firstly, we have some cotton balls that have essential oils on them. So we have jasmine. I was smelling the microphone. We have vanilla. And we have rose. Then we have some quartz. finally, in the spirit and culture section, we have a piece of European mineral chalk, special chalk. And lastly, today on the baby board, we have the non-linear area. I made that myself, and there's 8 arms. It's kind of like an octopus, and it's got knots, there's sparkles, and you can just sort of play with it and think about anything. Would anyone like to try it? Ari, come on up. And this concludes my busy board presentation.
Lisa Smolkin, everybody. All right. Well, we have one last act. Thanks for sticking around. It's been a long Dord. While they set up, we can tell you that the next Dord's going to be somewhere strange.
Oh, it's going to be right here. What?
I thought the next one's with Pleasure Dome.
It's with Pleasure Dome, but it's still right here.
It's a special video Dord.
Special video Dord with Pleasure Dome right here, November 10th.
Pleasure Dome is a
collective.
A collective. And is there anything else we can say right now? We can thank everybody that was in the show.
Oh, yeah, but do you have the list?
I don't, so I'll guess. Thanks to our crew. Tom and
starts with the C.
Iris,
Cale,
and Cale, and all those other guys too. Great team, great crew, awesome crew. You guys ready?
Okay.
Round of applause for the crew.
Fake injury party.
Let's hear it for fake injury party, everybody.
As you can see, I'm very stressed. You see, last night I was out having dancing and drinking martinis with my best friend, and leaving the disco, both laughing in unison, wearing dress pants, we looked to the road and we saw a dog standing ever so still. Now, that's not where the dog belongs, and we both know this. That's not its home. So without thinking, I say, "Hey, you dog, get moving. Right now." And the dog is standing there like a statue. And as I begin to give chase, the dog runs away. And even though that is no longer standing at that spot in the middle of the road, I continue to chase this dog. I chase this dog through city streets and dusty alleys and through a tunnel where it leads me to a construction site. I chase the dog upon steel girders and up wooden ramps, and then eventually underneath a ladder where I tripped over a black cat and I broke a loose mirror that was just sort of hanging around. The dog ran off into the darkness and disappeared with a crack of thunder. leaving me breathless and disoriented. I began to dust myself off, and standing up, I was in front of a shop with a sign that read, Magic Person. I am right in front of a fortune teller's. Palm readings, tarot card readings, mind readings, essential oils, apricot salves. So I walked in and I said, fortune teller, I want you to tell me my fortune. He placed 2 cucumbers over my both eyes and smeared an exfoliating facial mask into my cheeks. And he looked up at me, and there were shadows on his face because of his cowboy hat. And he said to me, Death waits for you. And then I was like, well, when did he start doing that? And then he said, just now, didn't you see him? And then I said, oh yeah. And then he proceeded, because of what you've done here tonight, eventually death is going to come down from that ladder, and he's going to tap you on the shoulder, take you with him to wherever it is that death hangs out. The point being, because I had done 3 superstitiously unlucky things, the fortune teller assured me that I was going to die in a horrible accident, and I for sure wasn't going to see it coming. And because I had done these 3 things, the death curse was passed on through me and then into my best friend, who I had just spent the night having dancing and drinking martinis with.
There we go. If you see a fly and you're at home or outside, do you grow irritated? Do you dislike the fly? Maybe you're the type of person that would pick up a fly swatter, smashing that fly into oblivion. Maybe you're the type of person that owns something like a magazine or a newspaper, and when you see a fly, or you feel a fly, or you hear a fly, you go to the room where it is that you keep that thing, to get it out from or off of where it is that you keep that thing. And when you hunt the fly, it's annoying to you. Because maybe even more than that, you hate the fly. And not just this fly, but all flies. Because the mere idea of a fly is disagreeable to you. It is a concept that is deplorable. The fly spends its time buzzing around the garbage pile, the rotten food, the feces, but the disagreeable part is that the fly also spends its time around the human corpse, laying eggs to make maggots, to eat that corpse into meaningless nothing, as if it never were, just like before. We hate the fly because it mocks the majesty of living. So we use boxes and cement and ritual to escape the inevitable conclusion. It is a desperate attempt to claim victory over the flies. But I'm telling you right now, a corpse can't hide forever. It does a pretty poor job of watching its own back. And ash is oblivion, disappearance, non-existence. But you can defy the fly with a personal protest as you revert to a primal stage with a flurry of swishes and swooshes, so that when you inevitably make contact, you are defying death, and thus are a god.
After everything that the fortune teller had told me, quite naturally I was a little bit apprehensive about getting on a plane, but I wasn't about to cancel my all-expenses, all-inclusive paid vacation to the Bahamas, now was I? Come on.
We are now traveling at 3,500 feet at approximately 50 million miles per hour. The Bahamas is a balmy 27 degrees and nice every day. Well-dressed people will come by in a minute to distribute fish, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Man, I could not wait for this pajamas vacation. I really hope the in-flight movie is as good as the vibes I'm buzzing on from being such good friends with you right now, man.
Boy, life sure is a series of insignificant events strung together with a bunch of self-deprecating lies and about teaching us to think that we feel what we feel happiness is, huh?
What the hell happened to you, man, last night? You catch that standing dog?
And just as I was about to come clean about everything, about the dog, and the tunnel, and the curse, and the fortune teller, the plane began to shake. And suddenly everybody started screaming, and I felt a drop in my stomach as the engines gave out, and all I could do was think about the curse, and then the masks fell from the ceiling, and I looked out the window, and all I could see was the ground getting closer and closer and closer and closer. The airplane crashed right into Mount Rushmore and exploded. And our bodies blew up, and then we died. Wow. So that's it, huh?
Yeah, we're dead?
Yeah, I mean, almost certainly. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, look at you, man.
Oh, no, the same. Look at you, too.
But you know, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. It's actually not really so bad at all. It's almost better, right?
Yeah, like in comparison to all the terrible things that were happening in my life, you know, while I was living.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah, I mean, listen to this song. I mean, oh man, I wish it could be even louder. Doesn't it sound beautiful down here? You know, it's actually hard to imagine how this could even go any wrong. How it could go wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, guys, I've been working down here a long time, and I gotta say one thing.
Yeah?
You know, I don't hear too many complaints because, you know, it's so hard living up there with everything that's going on, and people are going crazy all over the place. I mean, there are fish rolling up on other fish, and kids are having their own babies, and we all come to the same conclusion down here, you know. It's like walking up to an intersection and having no idea which way you want to turn. Which way can I go? It's madness, and I just say it one time, you know, I'm not scared to live, I'm scared to die. He's not scared of death. No, I'm not scared of death. He's not. I'm not scared of death. No, he's not. I'm making grilled cheese. Scared of death. He's scared of life. He's not scared of death. I'm scared. He's not scared of death. No, he's not. Thank you, everyone. This microphone doesn't work. Thank you.
Fake injury party, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, guys. So that's the show. Thanks for sticking around for a long one. Thanks to Carl, who got hit by a cymbal. No Chrismans to catch that this time. Let's hear it for Axel, who went home. Youngest Dord audience member ever.
5.
5 years old.
He was bored.
He was bored. But he liked Randy.
And thanks to all of our crew. Man-Made Hill, music, sculpture, Nikki Woolsey. Steve Kado did the grocery prize. Door by Zoe Solomon in the hazmat suit. Glenn Macauley was the Rad Rat / Weird Glenn. Titles by Steph Davidson. Credits by Paul Tjemkema. Livestream editor Iris Fraiser. Cameras Dan Goodbaum, Nikki Woolsey, and Zach Tatum. And the stage manager Sarah Kilpack. Tech Tom Gill. Video tech Cale. Program by Megan O'Neill. Photographer Eula. Poster made by Laura. Spotlight Inez. And our web by Andre. That's the show.
So thanks, everyone. See you next month.
Thanks.
Looking forward to the party we're going to have on the 6th, remember? Mortgage burning party. John might even show up. I was talking to him today. Well, what are you up to? Oh, yeah? Yuck. That does suck. Time you gotta work in the morning. Bad, I guess. Oh, nothing much. I was gonna do up my dishes and then go get something to eat. Probably. Starving. I had to wait for the water meter guy to show up today. Well, they just had to change my water meter. In the basement there. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's what they're doing everywhere. So they don't, it's easier for them to read. I think they don't have to come to your house directly or something, I forget. Well, that was nice of you to call your mother. I guess Natasha's coming on the 6th. You already said she wouldn't miss it. And you're going to DJ, right? God, I'd love to. I invited Jim Stockford. And I think I invited Andrew. I should invite Devin, too. Yeah, I should. Yeah, I'm gonna. No, I don't know how to get in touch with him. Catherine's gonna be here. Dave Turner, if he shows up, I don't care. Maybe. Yeah. I guess he's living right near Danny now. Right across from Cheesy's, yeah. No, I've already have. Him and his girlfriend. You know who his girlfriend is, right? Deborah. Remember that girl, Deborah? Yeah. They're together.
QRT, a peaceable force. By means, forced by means. Fixed and holy. And wheat. Make surges appropriate. And rather unconfined, if applicable to this space. Eastern surface, the very portrait of torture. Mastering accurate space, all pain. Accuracy is our game plan. Together again gathered, and before meant more than before. slathered, peeled for Mo profile.